Hey, this is the Astrofiend, and I'm recording, I guess, another sort of podcast, but this one's gonna be more, well, not more serious, but more serious. I'm gonna call this the Batch series, because I'm pretty much recording everything in a single day, and just maybe putting it out whenever I feel like it, or whatever. And I already did like 3 or 4, which like is honestly the best that I've done so far, because my mind has been flowing more easily, if that makes any sense. Because I'm proud of all the things that I do, even the ones that are not like the best or like perfect or anything like that, because like me just putting in the effort is like what's is what makes me proud. Just putting it out there, you know what I mean? Like, making an effort is like the best that you can do. Like, even if you fail in your mind, you putting that effort out is not means that you didn't fail. You know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing on a spiritual, like, abstract level, but there's no such thing as losing. Unless you don't, like, aka learn a lesson from it. But there's no such thing as losing. Like, it's just, quote unquote perspective and all that bullcrap. But yeah, like, I'm gonna be more serious on this one because I was on some goofy, like, random ass shit, which I always do. And I want this to be, like, shorter than normal because I have, like, four podcasts that I did in a matter of 2 weeks. One is like freaking an hour long. Ew. And me like saying like complaining or whatever, like I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining. Because as I mentioned, I'm fucking proud of it. I'm fucking proud of it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 8 hours. I don't give a fuck. And, but like, I want to get to it because, like, creating a video like on like PowerPoint and like exporting that takes fucking forever. So like me exporting a 1 hour fucking video is like crazy. That's like a day like loss. So I do want to keep it more concise. Even though like I'm rambling. I don't know why, but I just ramble. I mean, I know why I ramble, but I just ramble. I mean, of course, it's whatever. Okay, so for this sort of topic, I'll just talk about like oppositions in astrology. And why I'm doing that is because a while back I did an astrology blog post on the fight between Courtney Kardashian and Kim Kardashian. And I was just relating it of how like it's literally oppositions at work. It's like so crazy how like astrology energy is just like combined. By the way, the reason like why I'm always writing about pop culture and celebrities is not because I care about celebrities, because in reality I don't. Like on like my Instagram or whatever, like I don't think I'm following any sort of celebrities. Like maybe some like musicians here and there, but and some like comedians, like social media comedians, but like no like celebrities. Like I'm not following no Beyonce, no Lady Gaga, no, none of these people. Like I'm not into that. But I'm into like pop culture and celebrity culture because it relates back to just like spirituality, astrology, and like there's some great lessons to be learned when we do like, well, when I do or anyone else does talk about like celebrities, because celebrities are celebrities for a reason. Like for me, like, this is very, like, Jupiter in the first house. And, I also got a sextile with Moon and Jupiter. Yeah. But anyway, like, so, like, I'm tapping into my Jupiterian energy. Is that even a word, Jupiterian? I don't know. Jupiterian. I don't fucking know. But I'm just tapping into my Jupiter energy. And I'm tapping into my Jupiter energy just to say, like, I believe that everything happens for a reason, even the bad things, the good things. And I think celebrities are put out into the universe for, like, a reason. Maybe it's to move the culture forward, maybe it's to move back. I don't know what the exact reason is, but, like, I need a sign, like a reason and a meaning to everything. Like, it could be kind of annoying for other people, not for me. But yeah, so that's why, like, I'm into, like, talking about celebrities. Like, I could cook. I mean, one thing about the internet is make you, like, be like a nosy ass bitch. Like, you be wanting to know the tea about everything. Like, I don't know, the internet brings out the worst and the best and, like, in us. And, like, I never knew I was a nosy ass bitch until, like, the internet happened. Especially, like, YouTube and gossip channels and all that other crap. But anyways, what was my point? Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so in terms of the Kardashians, I don't think I've ever watched an episode of the Kardashians show. I remember once I was, like, visiting my sister and she turned that shit on and I just tuned it the fuck out. Like, ugh. I don't have nothing against, like, Kardashians. It's just that, like, they're, like, annoying. Like, they're just, like, annoying. They're just, like, so, like, in your face all the time. Random, but I don't like fucking celebrities that just like be in your face all the time. Like, the celebrities that don't know how to shut the fuck up, that always be reacting to everything. Like, it's not that serious. Like, and, like, that's the thing about, like, the internet and technology and, like, social media. It's like you literally can't escape anything. Like, if the universe or the media or whoever wants you to know something, you're gonna know it. Whether it be through your Instagram feed, you just, like, checking emails and, like, seeing an ad, or, like, you opening a new tab and just seeing the latest updates. Like, you can't escape shit. Unless, like, you decide to, like, throw your phone into the ocean and then go live in the woods somewhere or in the desert somewhere. There's, like, no way, like, for you to, like, not know about these things. I mean, of course you could tune it out, but again, like, there's all, like, a messy bitch in us that, like, wants to know the tea. Even if it's just for a little bit, like, that wants to know the tea, okay, whatever. So with the fist fight for the fist fight between the Kardashians, this is literally, like, oppositions at work. Like, in my blog post, theastrofiend.com, like, I'm literally, like, breaking everything down. But it was so funny watching it. Like, watching the clip float around, and, like, Courtney is the oldest, like, Kardashian slash, she's not a Jenner, but, like, in that, like, whole, like, family, she's, like, the oldest by, like, a year from Kim. Then it's Kim. But she's an Aries. She's an Aries with a Capricorn moon, a Venus in Pisces, Mercury in Aries, not conjunct with her sun, Mars in Aries, and Kim Kardashian, she's a Libra with a Pisces moon, a Scorpio Mercury, a Venus in Virgo, Mars in Sagittarius. And just to note, Courtney's ascendant is Pisces and Kim's is in Sagittarius. And by the way, with ascendances, like they're not the most accurate, but you know what? Let's go with it. Why not? At this time, this is what the energy is saying. In the future, it may change, but you know what? The universe wants us to make mistakes for a reason too. So, whatever. Okay, it's literally like oppositions at work. First, Libra and Aries are like opposite signs. So off the bat, like they're the themes for the different oppositions is that like they're similar, but they do things in opposite ways, and they go after things in different areas of lives in like opposite ways. And I'll get into that more later, but I just want to talk about like the fight. By the way, that wasn't a fight, like, but I would say like hearing and seeing like Kim like get slapped and or like Kim slapping her, it was like so funny. Cause I'm like, damn, that's how you get down? And random, but I remember a clip of Kim attacking the other one, Chloe. Chloe, yeah, her. Her attacking her bag and like missing when she was hitting her and saying, "Don't be disrespectful. Don't be." That was so like hilarious. Anyways, yes. So in terms of like astrology, like that fight, I don't know. That fight's funny, but yeah, it's the sun in opposition of each other, and it's like an exact sort of opposition if you want to be technical about it. Like in terms of like degrees, it's like Kim is a 28-degree Libra and Courtney is a 27-degree, so there's like a one like degree difference. So it's like a tight opposition. But not only that, they have more than one opposition. And the Venus and Virgo and Pisces and Venus and Pisces thing. Like Kim's a Venus and Virgo, Courtney is a Venus and Pisces. And I think that's the most like interesting out of like their oppositions, because they literally approach relationships for similar reasons but in different ways. And I know from experience, because I have Venus in Pisces, and random, but I'm always like attracting like Virgos. I don't know why, but I have a very fixed chart, but I attract a lot of like mutable energy when it comes to like friendships and relationships and stuff like that. Which is weird because in terms of like living situations, I'm always attracting fixed signs. And like a lot of these fixed signs be like fucked up ass bitches, but that's besides the point. And yeah, and from experience, I'm always attracting like Virgos. And it's always like Virgos with like, well, not always, but it's not even just Virgos. It's like Leos with Venus and Virgo. Cancers with like Venus and Virgo. I'm always tracking fucking Venus and Virgos. Let me just say that in my personal like life and circle. And you know, as a Venus in like Pisces, like the opposition is like fucking real. Like again, like with Venus and Pisces, we just want to be in La La Land, like straight up. Like we don't want you to tell us nothing. You know, the mode between Venus and Pisces and Venus and Virgo is that they both like want to help you. Like there's like a sort of service sacrifice, self-sacrifice type of energy where they just want to love on you and help you, but they do it in different ways. Like Venus and Pisces, like for example, like we are so devoted in love, we're disorganized, we're emotional, blah blah blah, blah. And with Venus and Virgo, they're like very organized, they're grounded. They also are devoted, but they're devoted in a different way. And that like causes like the tension, because you can't like really like see like eye to eye in terms of that sort of devotion. And it's also like in pretty tight aspect too. But I just like think it's very like interesting, because even like what they're fighting about is like interesting from my like limited like perspective on the situation. But Kim is saying that Courtney is like lazy. She doesn't want to be part of the family. She doesn't work as hard as her. And I could see like Kim's side on that. But on like Courtney's side, she's saying like what doesn't matter, like life is not about working and all that other shit, and she works hard too, but she doesn't put it out there like that. So they have different definitions of like working hard. And Kim like loves like social media. Like she loves to be out there, and like I think Courtney probably loved that, and then she like got over it and she's like, fuck this shit, I'm over this. I just want to be in Venus and Pisces, la la land, and just mind my own fucking business and just be out in like space and shit like that. But yeah, so I see both sides, and I've experienced that too, because for some reason Virgo wants to, I won't say save people, but help people, which it's like similar to saving people. Because again, it's about service. Like Virgos, like that's why I can't like hate Virgos. Like even Virgo females. Like I can't hate that, because like they just want you to work hard and da 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 da. But just don't go to them for anything emotional, because they're not those people, unless they have like, I don't know, Pisces moon or something like that, or like some Libra planets, and maybe I won't even go as far as like Leo planets, some Libra planets, and like I don't know, some other shit. But yeah, I just find it really interesting, and just like seeing both perspectives, and also in my personal life. And again, it's just interesting. And again, as I mentioned, like oppositions in astrology is about the signs working for the same things in reverse or in different ways. So for Virgo and Pisces, like the same thing, like what they're working for is the same thing. It's to help people, it's to be of service to people, it's to sometimes self-sacrifice through service. And again, Pisces does it by devotion, being disorganized, emotional, like giving all. And Virgo does it through like the opposite, through structure, being grounded, being organized. And since it's Gemini season, with Gemini and Sagittarius, their objective is knowledge and truth and new experiences and learning and all that stuff. But with Sagittarius, they do it in a more broad sense, in a wider sense, sometimes in a more in-depth sense. While Gemini, they do it in a more narrow sense, in a more surface level sense. And with Capricorn, almost 20 minutes, gosh. In Capricorn and Cancer, they're working towards security and family. And with Capricorn and Cancer, that's that mother-father archetypes. And Capricorn does it through being unemotional, and Cancer does it through being emotional. And with Aquarius and Leo, it's the ego, the creativity. And through that, Leo does it in like a sort of personal way. By the way, random, but I have like this blog post, like seriously, like my astrology blog is a hidden gem. Like I don't be promoting it like that, because like fuck social media and all that shit for right now. But I don't know. I would say I'm proud of what I write, even though like it's not that well known or whatever. But I have an article. I think it's either why Aquarius ain't shit, or the one about Aquarius is the Antichrist. But random, there's a astro theme profile for the Antichrist, and it's like a multi-planet like in like Aquarius, which is apparently the equivalent of the Antichrist, which sounds completely crazy if you think about it. But I did like a post about that. It was either one of those blog posts, and I just like mentioned that like Aquarius and Leo, they both have egos. Like they both have egos. They're creative, and that's what fuels their creativity, their ego, which is why they have fucking big egos. And and I just think it's interesting because Leo does in a way where it's personal and it's personalized, and they're drawing people in, while Aquarius does in a more impersonal way and they're drawing people out. So Aquarius will like prop someone up, and by them like propping that person up, they're propping themselves up, and that gives them that sort of pleasure, if that makes any sense. But you know, Aries and Libra, it's like it's also, it's about kinds of ego, but it's more about like ego in relationships and relationships to yourself. With Aries, our first and most important relationship is to ourselves, and we learn about others through ourselves, if that makes any sense. With Libra, they're learning about themselves through others. So it's like this reverse thing, but it is like centers on relationships. And when you think of relationships, you don't think of yourself as being in a relationship. Like, you know how people say I'm gonna marry myself or da 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 da? It's like that sort of like mentality. Like, we should have a relationship with ourselves. And you know, to take it back to like my Catholic upbringing, like, was it the commandments or love yourself first? Wait, love God and then yourself? Something like that. But I think that's like a very important lesson. Or like, love your neighbor as yourself. And you know that like saying how you can't love others unless you love yourself. So it's like it's about relationships, but in a different sort of way. Anyway, the last one is Scorpio and Taurus, and I would say it's about abundance, among other things. Abundance in terms of possessions, but in like different ways. Like, as a Scorpio moon, like I get a little narrow like information about the sign Scorpio, and what I would say is that like Scorpio is looking for emotional abundance, emotional like possessions on a spiritual and emotional level, while Taurus seeks abundance and possessions through physical means and grounded means and material means. And you know, that's the second eighth house axis sort of thing is like very important. And it's almost 30 minutes long. I'm gonna wrap this up really quick. But yeah, so it's about like just like passing through the physical material into like the spiritual and emotional, and going back and forth between that. Because you know like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like self-actualization being like one of the most important things, but we have to go through our physical humanly like ego needs before we can get to self-actualization, if I'm remembering this correctly. But yeah, I think it's important. Very, very, very important. Okay, I'm cutting this off because it's getting too long and I'm tired. I think I'm going through a little bit of creative fatigue. I'm not on that Gemini crackhead energy anymore. Okay, hopefully the sound is good and everything. Thank you so much for listening. Check out my blog, The Astro Theme, and check out my songs and maybe my Twitter. I don't know, I don't be on it like that. Okay, bye.